Oh,
we're looking at a Nami game, so that's fun. I don't see Nami hardly at all anymore. And this is
yeah,
Plat 4, right? Plat 4?
yeah, yeah.
All right, Plat 4 Nami support.
Just a
So,
platform enough to be platform.
all right, perfect. So, right off the bat, there's some good that I'm seeing here, and that is that you got off the platform pretty quickly and got to the line here. So
Yeah.
you don't accidentally give up your jungle, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can. Why is my full screen acting like this? Hold on one second. What is the deal here? Do I have a
Is it a
text
little
bar?
like pixely or?
No, my screen's not full screening. It's like, there it goes. Okay, whatever I just did fixed it. The Windows taskbar was on top of the screen. Okay, so for the record, next time we do this, like do an OBS recording, because like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I like to see your camera so I can see what you're seeing,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Because
okay. Don't just like track
yeah,
like
don't just do the raw full
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
replay.
I was like thinking about that. Yeah, next time.
Because like a lot of times, like a lot of people's problems are that their camera
Or
looks like that, and they're
yeah, yeah,
leaving
yeah.
off like all
Yeah,
this,
I
and
don't
they
play on locked. I usually have it. I'm usually like towards the edge.
right. And I
Yeah,
mean
and then
that's
also
good, but
when I was
oh,
watching my VODs, like yeah, it's kind of hard to see the really the enemy's positioning and what I was responding to.
mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So right now, I'm already thinking ahead. What are we
Uh
looking to
huh.
do here?
I like to take relic because I like to try to get level 2.
Hmm.
I don't know if it really speeds things up. I feel like it does for me when I made the switch to it. We do have
So okay,
hella more minions.
I will say it does speed it up because it has the execute.
Yeah,
Right. The problem is the execute on the support shit is super inconsistent. Like sometimes it'll execute here, and sometimes it executes
especially on
here.
range. Especially on range, dude.
Right. And I mean
Yeah.
that's been kind of a thing for me where I'm like, is it even really that good for that purpose? Like I take that one on champions that are made out of paper that it is more important for me to like survive and poke and harass than it
Yeah.
is for me to like do something real effective with my damage, right? Like so like Zillion would be
Yeah, yeah,
one that
yeah.
I would take this item on. I hadn't considered Nami, but I don't think that would be a bad choice.
Yeah.
Simply
I
because
also
like she is pretty squish and being able to bounce some of her shit, like you
yeah.
have to get in danger range to do that
Uh-huh.
the most effectively. So I don't necessarily have a problem. Like I'm fine with your train of thought there. I
Yeah.
think the other
Also
item might be a little better, but
yeah, also like
I don't think it's
my
that bad.
lane trading has always been pretty weak. Like I always feel like, "Oh, I'm going to go again and get my Frostfang procs." Oh, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Or
Like
and then like
5 seconds in, you're like, oh God,
and like
I've hurt myself. Yeah.
I started doing this in like low gold because
Hmm.
I was like, if we can never miss a cannon minion, we'll go up by like
Yeah.
200
Yeah.
gold or something. But anyway,
Okay. So like, here's what I'm thinking right now. Right. You're making a
hmm
push for level 2.
yeah,
Okay. Zillion just dropped his bomb on your ADC,
uh
which
huh,
means that not only is he not gonna get I mean, his level 2 is like here,
yeah,
like these three, right?
uh huh,
Oh, I'm circling the wrong minion. They're not gonna get level 2 anytime soon, right? Because they're not even trying. Okay. This minion is gonna die. It like you should be autoing this minion and then
yeah,
cheating forward and autoing and cheating forward and autoing, right?
yeah,
Um, and not worrying so much about his health bar right now because even if they trade back onto him at level 1, they're not gonna kill him. He has heal. No, he doesn't. He has
yeah,
exhaust. Okay, well maybe not. But regardless, you should still be doing this. And
Yeah.
because you're looking at the level 2. The bigger thing about the level 2 is they don't have a lot of threat. Like Zillion has no threat to him. He'll stick one bomb, it'll do that much damage. That's all Zillion's gonna do. Right? Um, Varus actually has some threat. I haven't seen him shoot an ability yet, but he'd still have to like all in. And if you move forward and you hit this bubble, you're probably going to be hitting it on Varus or getting a big trade off on Varus and then bouncing a heal to him anyway, assuming that he moves forward, right? The one thing I will tell you is this is Plat, and level 2 is inconsistent as fuck.
Yeah.
So the one thing that you're not doing, or at least I can't see because maybe it's a league replay, maybe I just can't see it, but you need to be pinging your EXP bar and then pinging go in,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
you need to communicate to this guy like, I am 86% to level 2, go, 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 and then
Mhm.
and then be moving forward. He'll get it,
Yeah.
right? Even if you really want to do it, ping your flash and ping your ignite.
Yeah. Or I'll
And
just type like we go in. Honestly, I do that sometimes in the pre, like on like the fountain, where like, hey, I'm going in for level 2, or like this is why I have like execute or something.
mhm.
I need to do that more often, but
And there's one thing I also wanted to say. You were talking about like your harassment needs work, right?
yeah, yeah,
So like right now, yeah, I'm sure you know the general rule of placement that you want to be at a 90-degree angle,
yeah, yeah. With
right?
the
And
you
with
want to
your
be
ADC, you
yeah,
are,
just around the
right?
same page. Yeah.
However, the cardinal sin I'm seeing here is that the line of scrimmage is like right here, right?
hmm
And
And
his
we're
line is back here. So if I draw it out, it'd be down here somewhere, right?
yeah,
This is way too much distance
yeah,
between your line and there. Like you've created this like this is what I see a ton in like gold and I see a ton in silver. Is this like no man's land
it's just like
where it's
nothing.
like right
Yeah,
here and there's just no pressure in any of
yeah.
this. Like nobody's claimed it, right? And if you two literally just move forward to right here,
It just walks. Yeah,
nothing happens. You don't get traded on because he hasn't claimed that space, and then it will force him to either push back or take damage to CS.
okay. Yeah,
Right. The other thing I will tell you that will make your laning more effective is like most of the time when you go in, you're gonna auto attack and then W and back off. Right. That that's
Mm,
what generally your trade pattern looks like with Nami is I'm gonna auto attack W back off.
yeah,
Maybe if you're gonna get the bounce, you'll W him and then auto attack W auto attack and then bounce out
yeah,
because the W will bounce back to you and heal
yeah.
you.
It bounces back to you while you're like drifting away,
Right.
so you can get as much. Yeah.
So I mean if you're gonna do that, the key is like I want him to trade back on me as little as possible. Right? So
hmm
two things here that you're gonna need to do is you're gonna want to stand about right here. The reason is his Q reduces damage through the minions. So if he trades back on you with an ability, it will hurt less,
Yeah.
right? Two, when you're standing right here, he is going to have to shoot this minion. And when he
Uh huh.
shoots that minion and his auto is on
That's when the
cooldown,
windows. Yeah.
that's when you hit your auto on him
Yeah.
and then bounce, right? Like your auto,
Mhm.
W bounce, auto again, and bounce. Like the most
Yeah.
he can trade back on you is an auto, or he can try to whiz a Q at you. But even if he does, big fucking deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna
It
heal
is.
more than and do way more damage to him.
Yeah.
So like that's how you do it. Like supports will tend to just stand like they're like I'm gonna play aggressive. I'm just gonna stand right here the whole time. And it's like, well, no, he doesn't have to CS this minion yet. Right?
Yeah.
Like, then he's just gonna shoot you. And then when the minion gets low enough, he's gonna shoot the minion. And you're gonna be like, well, fuck, I keep getting shot.
Well, that's happened to me. Like, man. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I haven't even watched any of this, but I'm just telling you, these are things that I'm already betting that I'm going to see eventually just because the lines are
Yeah.
so far apart that you're over respecting your opponent, and you're especially over respecting their opponent because they don't have CC right now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just damage. He has damage, Zillion has damage, nobody has CC. Right? And whenever they hit 2, they still won't have CC for several seconds. So let's keep watching. Okay, and now we're like, you did the
Yeah.
opposite. Remember I told you want to ping and move forward, and
Straight
then yeah,
backpedal.
you went straight backwards. Like,
Yeah.
this is just giving them even that gap we were talking about. It's even wider now.
Yeah.
Like this space is now completely unclaimed. Right? Like that's over respecting your opponent. And this is what drives me insane in Plat,
Yeah.
because like Caitlyn is even worse. Like when your teammate plays Caitlyn, they stand back here and CS this. Right? And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you have a champion who has longer auto attack range, like stand here, and then
Yeah.
when this guy walks forward, blast him twice.
Yeah. It's as if you're not even. It's as if you don't even have the range if you're
Right,
standing that far back.
right.
It's like, what difference does it make?
Because like, here's the thing. Let me just do this. What if you had a melee? Like, you're still safe. His auto attack range stops like right here.
Yeah.
You could just walk in, melee that, and walk out. Right? Like,
Yeah.
why do you even have an ADC? Why have a? You know what I mean? Like, you're not using the range.
Yeah.
So anyway, and same with you. Like, you have autos, and your autos hit almost as hard as his do.
Yeah.
So
The W range is pretty. It's actually
yeah,
pretty
and the
far.
W is
Yeah.
pretty legit. Okay, so now you're enchanter style. This is
Yeah.
never
Yeah. Yeah.
never what you want. You never want to be like,
Yeah.
because you're like two
Be broken.
flashes behind.
Yeah. It's true.
You know what I mean? Like, and you could tell because he shot that minion, and then he started like his walking pattern's a little weird, but like, just watch. I'm gonna back up to like 206. So he's gonna shoot this minion, and then and see, like, there he goes. He is moving forward into them for
Yeah.
level 2.
See
Like,
the strut.
whew, you need to be getting your ass in gear.
Yeah.
See, because I think you were too much thinking about like, oh, I've got to top him off.
Uh huh.
Yeah, like he got hurt. I'm gonna have to fill up that health bar. Well, like, fuck that. You can do that aggressively. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. He's level 1. You're level 2. He should
It's
be
invincible.
deathly afraid of you right now.
Yeah.
Because if you guys hit anything, he's a fucking dead. Also, no. No, 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 no.
On E first. Just
No.
take.
Not
Yeah.
when. Okay. If you hit. Hold on one second. I'm going to make this smaller. If you hit level 2 first, that's fatal.
Yeah.
Like, this is never going to be fatal.
Yeah. And you can double bubble if you get lucky.
Yeah. And I mean,
That's
well,
sick.
I mean, keep in mind, this is a little bit more forgivable in this matchup because you have a gen.
Yeah.
You know, you see what I'm like? That's it though. But this,
If it wasn't Jin.
if it wasn't Jin, this is a fatality. If you had
Yeah.
something like a Draven, it's forgivable, right? This may actually
Mhm.
even be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I go game with Draven because I know that
Yeah,
he needs the slow.
right. And so
Yeah.
that's fine. But like, shit, man, if you're like, I just hit level 2, I'd be moving forward, like leveling my bubble instantly with hotkeys, and then tossing the bubble before they realize I'm even level 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be if I had a moment and I would make them dodge, then I would toss that bubble.
I played like 500 games and I think I've done that like twice.
Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing is you also like committed a cardinal sin here because you guys are so far back, right? Like, remember the line of scrimmage was moving, right?
Yeah.
Because your minion wave killed theirs, and then we were all sliding down, right? When this is moving forwards or backwards, they can't afford to engage you because then they're going to be fighting you whilst tanking minions.
Yeah, when we had the advantage.
Right. And so what he did here is he's like, I know this minion wave is coming, so I'm going to walk forward, tank the minions, and then walk up here to try to keep this out of tower. Right? He's setting up a
Yeah.
freeze.
Yeah, he froze that.
And like you guys are so far back that you can't pressure him to stop him from doing this. Right? If you were here, he would die if he tried to do that.
Yeah.
You see him like he'd be dead. Right? Even if you walk forward now, he probably cannot stay here until he gets level 2. And he'll get level 2 of this minion and this minion or this minion. He's still 2 minions out, I think. Should be. Because he'll need the melee and a caster. If those minions are still, if this is still your second wave, and it is, because there's your third, right? He'll need one of these and one of those, I think. So. But yeah, you guys are letting him just set up the freeze. Why? Like, why are you guys not wanting to, level 2, level 2, level 1, level 1? Why? Can they outtrade you?
Nah. I mean, I guess it's like, oh, they're under their tower, they're invincible, we can't do anything. Ah, great.
But they're not. Like, okay, so their tower range starts like here.
Yeah.
And you can stand here. Are you in auto attack range?
Oh.
Yep. Are you in W range? Yep.
Oh, mine. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Is
yeah,
Jin,
totally enough
if he stands right here,
for it.
you can blast that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like Danny
and
DeVito
it's
style.
Jin, like, yeah.
Yeah, like I went in and I started blasting. That's you right here. This is what should be happening.
The Eon ability is freaking sweet now. That's what I really like about this season. But
yeah,
it's.
So I mean, like
anyway,
this is just like this is the story of surrendered pressure.
Yeah.
Right here. All right, let's keep going. All right. You are doing a lot of unnecessary and wasted movement. That is also giving up pressure. Okay? So I'm going to fake. This is not what just happened, but this is an example. Okay?
Yeah.
If he throws a bomb right here and the blast radius is here, right? You're stronger than them. You're moving from here this way and then out and around.
yeah.
Right? Just go here.
Yeah.
Or even here.
I mean, because the bomb's already down, you take the shorter distance, and then it's on cooldown for a million years.
Because you're just like, I need to get out of this bomb, and then so you go here.
Holy crap!
But then you're like, wait a minute, I'm 100 miles away from where I want to be, so let's go all the way around. And you're like, this is just like, there's no pressure here.
And I'm like, but man, I dodged that 80 damage.
Yeah, but you didn't get hit with the 80 damage. You know what I mean? Like, this is just something that you could easily rectify. Right there would have been a time to throw a W on him first. That's just a mechanical thing. Like, right here, he's clearly, like, watch his positioning. He's clearly going in for a trade here. He's got fourth shot up. And you want him to trade and then get out, right?
Yeah.
Give him an E. That'll speed him up, slow Zillion down. Then you can actually, like, if you E him, like, you have to step down to here, E him, go forward, W him off the slow.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it'll hit and bounce, and then you bounce. ADCs will always try to trade with each other. They won't even really notice you. So
no, I do say that a lot.
yeah, so I mean, even if he shoots you back, you still end up with a positive trade there overall. And he gets chunked so hard. Like if he gets fourth shot, auto from you, W from you,
Yeah.
like now his health bar looks like that.
It's not like he has sustain or anything, so
Right. I mean, he's got
just
some
do that stuff for
pots,
free.
and you're gonna burn one,
So do we. Like,
and then that's gonna get him to right there after the pot
yeah.
ticks all the way up.
Uh,
I mean, and you have that much more sustain than him, and
yeah.
pots. Like, yeah, you want to be trading all the time.
Yeah.
You just want to not die, right? Like, and
Uh-huh.
so what you have is like the classic, the triangle. Have you ever heard me talk about the triangle?
Uh, go over it again.
All right, here we go. All right, so sustain beats poke.
Well,
Oh,
that
hold on.
I thought you were talking about like a physical triangle, like
No,
position on the lane. I'm like, oh, but that
no, no.
triangle, the Fire Emblem
So,
triangle.
so like sustain beats poke.
Yeah.
So you go this way, sustain beats poke.
Uh-huh.
Poke beats all in when played properly. All in beats sustain. Right? So this is you right now. You're a sustain
I'm on
support with Nami,
the right side of the triangle.
and they're poke.
Yeah.
They're not even all in till 6. They
Mhm.
can't all in you, right?
Yeah.
Additionally, Nami floats between these two. She's poke and sustain, depending on how you play her. Right? Because you can walk in, auto attack W, and walk out. That's a poke.
Mhm.
They are all poke. Their team is all poke. He pokes with bombs, he pokes with Qs.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to win this by just out sustaining their poke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, given that you want to be whittling hit points off of these dudes as much as possible to either force them out of lane or land like a clutch bubble and get a kill. Okay? So if that's in your mindset, think about how you play this differently. Like right there, he should have gotten an E for sure. And that would have enabled him to play it differently. Okay, so this is good. You did the right thing here. You're a little
But,
late on your ward, like it should have been earlier.
yeah. I
Or
mean,
you should have pinged him to put it down earlier.
of course, I was playing. If I was playing up earlier, I probably would have been in
Well,
proxy to do that earlier
this
too.
bush
So
or this bush. Like, I think this is better. Because it gives.
I always try to get ward on the try or the when you throw it over the drag pit. When you go into the
Mm,
drag pit and you throw it
I,
over to the
I I care less about the like having pit vision unless they have just a jungler that's just gonna solo dragons,
yeah.
right? Which
Which
what do
they
they have?
don't. It's freaking
Volley?
Volibear. But
Volley can. But I mean, regardless, I'm more interested in a jungler coming from Scuttle.
yeah,
And so this would be around the time that that would happen. So
I do
ward
like
like
dropping a scuttle crab like vision.
right. So
Kind
like
of
a
nice way.
ward up here is
Yeah,
is better. Like a lot of people think, oh, I've warded this bush, I'm okay. Well, it's like if Bear's here
I
and
hate
you're
having to ward that bush.
here,
Honestly,
are you okay? No.
yeah, it feels like a waste.
Well, yeah, I mean he's already behind you by the
Yeah,
time you even got it done. But this is a fine, like that is a classically fine ward, right? I'm not dogging that. I'm not worried about it. But like 230 should be kind of when you're looking for
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was like 40 seconds, like
Because I
too
mean,
late.
like check it. He did a full clear of his bottom.
Uh,
If he would have done a full clear up top, then he could have been here. He'd be here now. He'd have been here
yeah,
about 30 seconds ago. Because, like, let's say he goes this, 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 then comes into gank. he'll be here at 2:30, and you're 40 seconds late on your ward.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you or your ADC needs to be warding something on cooldown just to make yourself safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's a fine ward. But where you fucked up on that ward is you have to assume that your teammate's an idiot. So you're gonna ping him
Then he'll automatically
danger,
die. Yeah.
like danger, and then you click your
That's happened
ward,
before.
and then you click there.
Yeah.
Like, careful, I'm gonna go ward. Don't
Yeah,
be an idiot.
ping
And then
on the way, ward.
right. Just, I mean, you don't have to do it. Just one is good. Just danger. I'm going over here to ward. Then come back. And if he dies during that, he's an idiot. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's, you at least gave him information that he didn't have to absorb off his own screen. Okay. Your positioning is you're leaving your ADC out to dry here.
Yeah.
So like, you know what he's about to do, and you know he's gonna try to trade on your ADC. Can he do that if you're standing right here?
I mean, still
Not,
can. He's gonna take
not for
damage
free.
For it.
But I mean, that's the thing is, then
That's
will
the
he?
point. Like,
Yeah, then will he make that trade?
I mean, he might not try it.
He
If he
won't
knows
try it.
that
You have
zone's close.
sustain. He does
Yeah.
not. He will die if he keeps doing that.
Hmm.
Right? And so, like, what you're doing is, like, if I'm drawing out, have I ever done the circle of influence thing? Have you watched any of my other, like, videos where I talk about this? I'll just do it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll just do it. So if I drew, like, a circle around Jin for his auto attack range, it looks about like that, right? And then his W range is much longer, but it only works if you've already got something stacked on it. And then his grenade range is maybe about like that, like a little bit longer or whatever than his auto attack, right?
Yeah.
And yours is over here, right?
Yeah.
That leaves all this space for somebody to free trade your ADC, because you can't do anything past this point. And like where you really need to be concerned as a bot laner is when you're in this Venn diagram right here, because that's when both people can hit you and you're likely dead if you're in this area, right? So if I just change your position, shit, I didn't want to do that. There we go. If I change your position, I'm gonna make you blue again to here, and then I draw that circle. Well, I gave you a little extra on that. There you go. Like there. Ignore this line. This line is gone, right? And Jin's gonna shoot that. Is he gonna step up into this area to hit those bombs or to do any of that shit? Probably not.
Probably not.
Because you're getting damn close to overlapping the circles, right? So do you see what I'm saying about like threat and pressure? Like your positioning is surrender right now.
Yeah, just give shit up. So
because like there's still a no man's land. It's thinner, and it's right in here.
Even though we had level advantage for a really long time.
Yep.
Yeah, and we have honestly we have so much more resources than I want to say. Just looking at the bars.
And like I said, you also have lane advantage. Like your sustain, their poke.
Yeah.
You win.
And Varus is kind of trash right now too.
Yeah, and I mean, and keep in mind, like the Varus is positioned a lot like you are. The Zillion's going into trade, and the Varus is like way back here doing safety shit.
Oh, Varus.
But I mean, if he's Varus and you're here, and you know you're up here in this bush, and your ADC's over here, he'll move forward. He'll stay in line with you, and then you push both of them out, and if he does anything, he's gonna die for it or get fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay. See, like that. You know, this position. This is what's maddening. You know this stuff because now you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
look,
No, I do.
look
I do.
immediately where they are.
Yeah.
Like they were here. You guys moved up to there. They moved back to here.
It's like
You,
instant.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, even though you're here, you could be here.
There by the purple, like the purple banner flag thing on the far side of the white.
I mean, I'll tell you this: the turret hits.
Like
Like
that little
about like that.
divot in the wall
The second line is
arc
closer.
to the yeah.
It's hard to draw with my mouse, but that's pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is about right there is where it hits, eyeballing it.
Yeah.
So like you're safe up to right here. The only thing that you're not safe on up to right there is that this minion's about to die, and then these two will take aggro on you. So
That's like
you want to back off so they aggro your minions,
uh-huh.
and then go back in.
Yeah.
But like that's the kind of like bob and weave shit that you can do just to like I'm here and I'm strong, and then now that pushes them back because you've
Uh-huh.
just taken the space. It feels oppressive.
Yeah.
And like I said, what are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, and you are kind of committing a like you your lane, your poke lane is better
Uh-huh.
than theirs, right?
Yeah.
So like you're winning just by virtue of playing Nami like Soraka.
Yeah, that's true.
But
But I
you're
could be
not
playing Nami like Nami.
Nami,
Yeah.
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 And see, look at this. Like this dude's just lighting shit up, and you're like gone.
Yeah, that's true. And we could definitely be way closer. Honestly, I could have gotten a
Like
lot more autos and
you
probably
have
could have killed.
ignite.
I
You
can kill.
okay?
Yeah, we could have
You
gotten
can
Baron
kill
there.
them
Yeah.
like before this even
Give
hits.
myself ignite right there when he was around the purple banner closer to that.
Even right now, I mean, you could flash to here,
Flash
E
and ignite him.
flash auto ignite. He is dead
I
unless
s-
has he used heal?
it must have been another game, but I did that on a zillion, and I thought it was this one. We're like, oh yeah, man. But
But I mean,
he
shit.
didn't
Like
even
I
make
don't
the most
know if
plays of
he's
the
used
game.
heal. I don't know if he's used heal or not. It doesn't look like he has, so he would
He
not
hasn't.
die. But
He
I mean,
wouldn't, but
like,
we'd force a summoner on him, and that
well, let's just back up and watch this fight in slow motion, and then
time to flame team.
we'll go from there. So like, right here, your autos need to be being used right now, and
Yeah.
I don't see that. So you hit them, and there's a quality, but we need to go back further. This fight's been going on for a while. Okay. All right, here we go. So he makes that hit, and then he tries to land the W. Like, and again, you need to be like on this line.
Yeah.
You're a little far back, and even if like you are not like they're both here, and your target is here, and you are really far away, like hypotenuse wise. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like
yeah.
even though you're on the same line, you are miles away.
It's like it's an isosceles triangle.
Right. You're C
Like,
squared.
yeah.
You don't want to be, right? Like you want to be as
Yeah.
close to this. Like if this is your triangle, you're doing great. You know what I mean? Like your
Uh-huh.
C squared is very small. But like you're way the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Even though you're still in a line, you're still way the fuck out from your target.
Mm,
And the fact that he's doing the same thing means that you can cheat forward to right here and suffer no punishment.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that pushes him back because those two circles, I keep making geometric shapes, but whatever. The two circles that I was talking about,
Uh-huh.
push. And then they have to vacate the space or fight for it. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Also, if you had been right here, he couldn't have dodged that.
Because he would have had less.
Because like if he shoots this and he goes, oh, I'm gonna
He goes
dodge to
back, and
right
then
here, then
that's a
you throw
free
the
bubble.
bubble right
Yeah,
there.
it's free bubble. It's like the size. It's honestly the bubble's like the size of that gap, honestly, between
Yeah.
the
So I mean, you've got
General
like
Rock and the
you've
free
got it,
rock.
and so like, and then again, you're moving from here to
In the long way,
behind him.
like instead of going down the strip,
Why wouldn't you go to
one
here?
side of the triangle, it's
Yeah,
like
go to here.
you could have went from.
And if you're like, this is a hard trade, but even if you're worried about like zillion double bomb, you can stand
Yeah.
here. And if he throws one bomb, you can move down
Uh-huh.
and still make trades on him while you're doing it.
With bomb on me, yeah. Uh, yeah, honestly, my APMs are just like way too high. Because like I clicked
mean,
back, like I clicked backwards like twice.
I think it's not that your APMs are high, you have a natural instinct to want to be safe. And that's
Yeah,
your
it's true.
problem. Because
Yeah.
like you're clicking 100 times to go here.
But in the opposite direction.
But
Yeah.
if you were clicking 100 times to go here, you'd be playing this fight remarkably better.
Yeah. I always
So
have really low like damage per minute. like
the
I
like
check those
the
things.
clicks to get you here is fine. Right?
Yeah.
Like, do you know like, okay, whenever you click a character to move, like if you click, okay, I'm gonna clear the thing. Like I'm gonna move from here to here, right? The best thing you can do is click, 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 all the way there, right? If you just click here, the guy will go, okay,
Yeah.
right? But if you do this, you're actually like, oh, they shot a skill shot at me. I can click back, and it'll like instantly swerve.
Really.
Yeah, like you get, if you click here or here, you get way more responsiveness in instantaneous motion than you get if you click here or here. Like, just try it. Whenever, like, next time you're moving around pre-game, just
Yeah.
like move your character north and south, just in a blank space. It doesn't matter, right? If your character's here, and you click here and here, you have like your character will move much less responsibly than if you click 100 times here and here. Like he'll wiggle if you click here
Yeah.
and here. He'll like pivot if you click here or here, and it won't be fast. So like your 100 clicks is actually a good thing.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like don't lower your APM, utilize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like use it for good, man.
And
Just
sometimes I do, and it's kind of sick, and other times
yeah,
I
well
don't. It's
do that
pretty
more
trash.
often. But see, like here, right? What are you afraid of?
Yeah, they're out of mana.
No, no, no. What do they
Or
have? He just fired everything. And
yeah,
you
they're
hit a
all.
bubble. He just shot bombs.
And I click backwards.
And you're like, "Oh, I took damage. I'm out." Right?
Yeah, there
Like
it
no,
goes.
you need to be like, "I'm back in. I'm going to auto attack. I'm going to do whatever cuz you've got like 7
3 seconds
seconds.
to eat.
Okay, 3 seconds on E, but
Which is,
even then like he's damn near dead.
yeah.
Like, and you have more health to play with. His autos are puss. They don't hurt.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
even if he's hitting you, then he's getting free hits because he's not hitting him, right? The only thing that
Mhm.
you have to avoid is the bomb damage that already hit you.
Mhm.
Like, where are you going to die? He shot everything. You know what I mean? And so, like, account for the. So, there he goes. Okay, so he's shot. See, because, like, what he's doing right now is he's going forward auto, auto.
Yeah.
And like that's whittling his ass.
Yeah.
And you're not autoing. So you've left him in a 1v2.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Even though you're like there. See, now you're autoing. But see, like right now, you should be pinging your guy out because
Yeah.
you need to top him off before he gets double bombed. Or bombed at all. And so you need to be. This is not good. You need to
Bringing him
be
back.
doing that to him on cooldown. Because right now he's in fatality range and he's in fatality range, but he can't walk forward because he's in fatality range, right? Of him. So if you cure that, if you make him not instantly die,
Yeah.
then you now have the ability to just walk forward and pressure them out without fear.
And probably kill bears.
Yeah.
We should have earlier.
Okay. 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 So here's the other thing that I was gonna say. If Zillion's gonna be this far back, like back
Yeah.
here,
You can make the play on
you can instead of moving up here, move forward.
before to. You can make
You've
the play on
got
bears
hit
better,
points.
honestly.
If you
Oh
fight
yeah.
him right now, who wins?
He does. He just
Yeah.
does.
He just
Honestly, he dies
dies.
actually really quickly. I might not even have to flash for that, to be honest.
And like you
Probably.
also kill him there. Like
Yeah, with Ignite he does.
yeah, with Ignite he
'Cause-
dies.
Yeah. I always think Ignite does like less damage than it actually does. It does a lot.
Hmm.
What the?
Alright, so you were screwed here. The second he flashed your bubble, you should have abandoned your ADC. You can't save him.
Yeah, that's true.
And you probably might have been able to save. It would have been a tough thing to save Flash, but
Yeah.
like right here. So you throw your bubble. My pattern is either I'm going this way
Go around the outside.
or I'm going this way.
Hmm.
It's like just watch. Flash. And then this is here. I'm going this way.
Yeah, you go around that. And I went like straight through it.
Now you stopped and went backwards.
Oh yeah. No, I backstepped it. Yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna get hit by this. And see, like, if we back that up, I'm just gonna keep going, right? So
Yeah.
you're up here.
And I don't. I still have flash probably.
Mm-hmm.
Give myself speed up.
Because like I was
Probably
trying to
the
keep it
flash.
with the pace that you were walking, but you'd be up here.
Yeah.
You'd at least be at the end of that bush. So, and then you'd probably walk out because they're like, well, we can't close.
Oh,
on
he's
him.
in turret range.
Oh yeah, he's in turret range,
Yeah.
and those are instantaneously fatal. You know.
Can't do it. It's like Nami with 200 health, possible to kill. That happens a lot, honestly. You can just walk away from stuff.
Okay. So, why did you go this way? Are you
I
gonna
was.
take dragon?
Yeah, honestly, that's probably my thought process was. It's like,
Okay.
hey, we're gonna take drag, or Vi's gonna take drag herself, and if I'm not around my jungler when they're doing drag, they automatically die or get collapsed on.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But okay, for the
I don't know.
record,
Yeah, people
you
pleasing too
can
much.
ward right there to right there, or right here, and then ward up here.
Oh yeah,
and
where
it'll drop there.
It flicks over the thing. Yeah.
That's not exactly right. I think you stand right
It's
here,
isn't it in the middle of
and
it's in the middle of the waterfall, right?
you ward right there.
Yeah.
It's like top of that rock, and then it
Yeah.
drops right there, right there.
And if you mess up, you get pinged, but
Yeah, if you
you know,
mess
whatever.
up, it lands right there, or it
Yeah.
lands right here.
Yeah.
Like
Then you
it,
type LOL oof
you're
in
like,
chat, and no one.
dude.
Oh
So,
man.
but I mean, you can always word it 100% from right there.
Yeah.
So like, there's never a real reason to go that way unless you really are going to get dragon. But I don't think you have the
Mhm.
prio to get dragon.
Oh, definitely not in that scenario.
So like,
Cat there, Zillion,
because like your minion wave is
Varus pushing up
here,
like that.
which means they
Yeah.
can just go over there.
Walk over there and
Yeah, and
that one.
the scuttle is down. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but
Yeah.
depending on if you did, then you definitely don't have it because not only can you not secret it, but okay, you're letting this Zillion get a lot of free shots in on you on your ADC without trading him back. So like, if I see Zillion do that to my ADC,
You can just run straight up
I'm
and
gonna go right at him. I'm gonna E myself and auto attack him,
yeah.
throw a bubble after he's slowed, and then bounce the W. And Jin will probably
Ricochet back.
W, and then run up at him, shoot, and Q him. He's probably dead with Ignite
Yeah.
between the two of you.
Yeah.
Because like, think about
Or we get his flash easy.
yeah.
And then Varus was I think a million miles away too during that, no?
I can't tell because your camera's all fucked.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I'm gonna turn it back on regular speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like look at he's doing all this. He's not really challenged. And then Jin's going like hard in, and you're
Yeah,
way
yeah,
back.
if I was with that gen we get
Yep.
definitely a lot of stuff there. Vi's chilling.
All right. So like,
Go on.
oh good. You probably shouldn't have been able to do that.
Salty about that bubble, but what do you
I
mean
mean,
shouldn't have been able to do that?
uh, you shouldn't have been able to secure that kill that easily.
Yeah.
But like,
Was Zillion just playing insanely out of position or like
no, I mean you were so far back that you probably shouldn't have been able to do that.
yeah, it's pretty
Because like
nuts.
you should not have had the damage, is what I'm saying. So you got E there, which is great. So, because I wish I could see your screen, because I have a feeling that your screen looks like this right now.
Yeah, it's over
You know, or
more it's blue side.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you really should be here, is what
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. You shouldn't have had the damage to do that without being in range of him. Your Jin just went off on some crazy fourth shot horse shit and hit everything, and then also had the added damage from the bubbles
Mhm.
and the
Yep.
bounce from W, which,
And the bounce.
and the reason I
Like
say you should
executed.
not have been able to do that is because the bounce from W diminishes its damage on the secondary target.
Yeah.
So
With
like,
each bounce it's weaker.
yeah, without Jin just going insane there, and you were out of range to ignite. But that just
Yeah, true.
shows you what I mean whenever I say Zillion's made out of paper.
And
Yeah,
you could just
dude's weak as shit.
it
Oh,
means
that was
like
so close to the
earlier
bubble.
in the lane could be
Yeah,
played
dude,
up further.
well, that's
We
what I
could
was
be
saying. Like, every time he was trying to do that earlier and you let him get away with it.
that advantage was exploitable the entire time.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh, we're 6 minutes in and I haven't died. I'm not scared of the game anymore. I guess we can start pressing
Right.
skills now.
Well, like I said, my buddy Ernie used to play, and like he used to love characters like Vayne. He's like, oh, I always carry the late game. I'm like, yeah, but that
What
doesn't mean
about
you
your
don't occasionally win the early game when they step in really stupid positions.
yeah?
You know, and
It's
he's
like
like, no, I
why
don't
not
like
win
to.
early?
Well,
Like
no, his point was just like, no, I don't like to fight without items. And I go, they don't have items either.
what?
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have items, they don't have items. That's
They're super
low
weak. We're
level. You know, like nobody's
Still
had an
like
opportunity
behind
to
Jin
buy
the
those.
entire time. Like,
hmm But it's like in his mind, he's just
like,
like, oh, I'm at a disadvantage means I should never do anything because I'm at a disadvantage. It's like, no, man, you're at a disadvantage.
gosh, man.
You guys should have just hard traded that. Okay.
Yeah,
So again, I'm back this up.
yeah. I was like, no bounce.
So you're
Great.
like, he went in for a trade. He missed his bomb, and you're doing like this with your mouse. Like, I want to
Yeah,
move towards Jen, I'm going to move away from Jen. I'm going to move towards Jen, I'm going to move away from Jen. But, like, when you put your E on him and he missed this thing, you should be thinking, oh shit, we've got an all in. They can't do
yeah. So we
shit to
can,
us. So you need
so we
to,
can get the slow. I mean, I
yeah,
probably get a bubble there.
yeah,
Honestly, then
slow.
slow like that in the
Worst
front.
case scenario, you throw a bubble while he's, like, terrified.
Because when people run away, they run away in straight lines. I don't know
Yeah,
why. Like,
because that's the quickest way to get away from danger.
and then you just
It's
shoot. Boop.
exploitable. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the thing is like
sort of like
there are
my bubbles,
times
honestly.
like whenever you play against a Draven, you like the shit they do is exploitable because you know where they're gonna be to catch their axe.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they have to be
Yeah.
there. Like,
Same thing. Whenever you're tanking a cannon minion, you know, oh shit, this is gonna be bad. Yep.
and then it.
All right. So let me dissect this fight because that was gonna be bad. So like right here, I
So
knew
I have
you
my flash there.
I knew you can't do this because it's Katarina. She'll just jump an instant. So
Yeah,
like right here, this is fine. He's made that engage. You put on bubble, you put on W, or you put on the little bubbles and you put on W, right?
yeah.
You want to hold your big bubble until she starts ulting.
Until she flies in
So like the last thing you want to do is be in vision of her right now. So you need to go back into this bush
to the
now
to
that
the
you've
ward.
done all
Yeah,
your shit and hide from her. Which means that Vi just gets to beat the piss out of her while you stay in
yeah. And then she has.
safety.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's fine. Okay, she's doing that. But like you're still holding bubble.
I didn't bubble.
And even then,
Which,
like you're like, oh fuck, and
yeah, I
like,
was like, couldn't tell
well,
you
like
why.
you could have just let Vi fight her and hide in the
Yeah,
bush.
sure.
And then whenever she tries to do that to Vi, you just throw a bubble on her head,
Yeah,
and then she's dead.
yeah,
Like that's all in the execution of how you played it, and then Jin rotated late, and he's gonna pay the price for that, right? Like that.
yeah,
Jin made a bad rotation. Xerath is a way late rotation, and he should probably also die for that.
yeah. I always like anticipate people running into their bushes, but I never do that myself. I don't know why.
Yep. Well, and it's even worse because you had a pink there, so you knew she couldn't see you.
Yeah, it's like I know I'd be fine.
Because you were hiding in that bush like literally 2
But I'm
seconds ago.
gonna ambush her using the vision that I don't exploit later.
Right, right. That's what I'm
It's,
saying. Like
God, man.
you're just not like you're not taking advantage of the things you have around you,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. I
And
don't know.
it's like you're not consistent with your pressure. So like in lane, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna pressure at all. Like I want to be safe, and that's bad because like, and this is something I've argued with Zill about like 1,000 times, right? And I'm like, you got to play these advantages, or you're
Yeah,
never going to like. There's no such thing as playing passive. There's playing badly,
yeah, that's true.
right? Like,
That's a frameable quote, probably.
yeah,
That framed.
because like I said, playing passive is not going for every possible trade, but it's definitely not giving up free pressure. There's nothing
Hmm.
like that's just playing bad because it's free, right? Like maybe not going for an all in because their jungler is off screen and we don't know where the hell he is and he was last spotted in bot side jungle,
Yeah, it's
right?
that's
Or their top laner has TP up and you know it, and so
yeah.
you don't want to go in because they could TP play your ass, right?
Hmm.
Okay. That's not playing aggressive. That's playing passively. Standing
Yeah.
this far back when the
A
minion
million
wave
miles
is
away.
here
Yeah.
is
when we
playing
have.
stupidly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's just, there's not, people like to frame it in words that sound like what they're doing
Oh,
is okay, and it's just not, right?
I'm holding out for late when.
Right. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like, oh, well, we win late game. Well, you also win early game, and then you fucking
Yeah.
crush late game if
Yeah.
you get there. You know, like, there's nothing scarier than a Kog'Maw that wins lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like why not go 4-0 on Khazadin? Still super far back.
Uh, oh my god! Fight the fights! Like, you are killing me with this. You should not be getting these kills. Like, these kills should not. This shouldn't work. Like, you.
Yeah.
Like, here. I wish I could even see this screen because it's still
Yeah,
a
no,
lock
dude,
screen.
the zillion snipe was like it was like a million miles away and like
So, like, here, okay. It's like, okay, he shot at you. That's fine. And then the zillion's going to stun him. And, okay. This E is actually pretty useless. Because
yeah,
he's
because
stunned, so
he's not moving.
he's not getting the move speed
Yeah,
from it. And with the E,
and
you're telling him, "I want you to go in,"
it's not like he
right?
can
And
because
he
he's
can't.
already
So, and that's fine though because he needs to trade. So he immediately turns on this dude. The W lands because this bounces, which is incredibly lucky. He wasn't expecting this.
yeah.
Okay, this is fortuitous as shit. So that bounces and he's rooted. In between one of your abilities, one of his and one auto, you did 95% of Zillion's hit points. He has done this much of your ADCs
Which begs the question as to why
with
I'm
a double bomb.
all the way over there.
Which is like, so what are you fucking scared of?
Yeah, and of course if I'm up there, then that bubble lands. Should have probably hit both of them.
Okay, so even if that like even if the bomb like let's say you get double bombed and you're right next to him, right?
Yeah.
He's already shot his Q at you. It's on cooldown.
Uh huh.
How many autos is it gonna take to kill you? The
A
answer is a
lot.
fucking lot, right?
Not
And
enough to really
Zillion
kill
can't
them.
even do any of those because he will fucking die.
And I'm
So
alt
like,
still right now, so
yeah. So it's like you want to be putting them in the overlap zone. Like that's what you want to do is get this area in
mhm.
here.
Yeah.
And you can't do that if you're back up here. See, and then like I said, you're going this way. Like, god damn it, go that way. You know what I mean? Like, it should be
Yeah, dude.
painfully obvious watching this that
Yeah.
you are playing way too safe. You ever
I did watch this a couple times beforehand. And I'm just like, Jesus, like.
do you ever play Thrush or anything like that?
I played a lot of Nautilus last season,
Okay,
and
how are
when
you
I was on
playing
Nautilus,
Nautilus?
when I was on Nautilus, I'd be on the far the far brush every time, just because on
Yeah,
Nautilus, like I'm going to
right.
be able to tank
You're
anything. That was
big
back when
ol'
Nautilus was busted. Like,
well, sure.
jeez,
Yeah. So like,
jeez Louise.
if I drew a heat map of you with him right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and we're
Like the
gonna
red and like
draw it.
the
We're gonna
blues like
draw
fade
it in like
away.
quadrants, right?
Yeah,
Like this. Here, I'm gonna make it big. This is you're never in front of him. So
yeah.
this is out.
Rarely.
You know, I've not even seen you really ever get in front of him. So this is just that's cold. Nothing happened there, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times you are on him. So I give you that square because you're on him a lot, right? Um, I wouldn't give you this square or this square, but I would also give you this square and this one.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because your heat map, the triangle is always really wide. You're either on top of the guy or you're like on the other side of the map or on the other
Yeah.
side of the lane, not the map.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, he'll be there and you'll be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like where your heat map is the hottest is here and here. You know what? I'll even give you this one. But it's this
Uh-huh.
entire area. Like this is where you default to, like, mentally this is where you think you want to be.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
Which is the opposite
Yeah,
of
you need to be here or here. Like if you made this black and you just
and
flipped
the other
this,
side. Yeah, I flipped it around, I'd be
you'd be 5 times better player overnight.
yeah.
I mean, your laning pressure would go through the fucking roof.
or,
You'll
I, or I
you'll
would reach
die
the
a
point I
lot.
got to in 100 less games.
Well, sure, but I mean, you will die
Yeah.
a lot
Uh-huh.
because like that's the downside to playing here is like this is higher risk and it's also higher reward. But the longer you stay over here, the more skills you develop. Right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've gotten particularly good at hiding behind minions and weaving in and out of brushes and like walking out, baiting out a move and then walking back. Yeah, like I don't know how many times I know Blitz has hook, so I walk out here and then jump backwards and he
Yeah.
goes, whoop
Yep.
and he
Honestly,
misses.
honestly, like that's a lot of times I would let the Nautilus or Leona pick fall through because sometimes I'd be really confident in that, or I'm like, no, I'd rather ban like Ezreal or something. But I mean, that's when I'm not playing like garbage.
So I mean, if I'm backing this up, so like right here, if I see this,
Uh huh. Them that clustered,
I'm
you just flash.
ulting right there.
You can just flash in, yeah.
You don't even need to flash, just ult
Uh huh.
right there. I go rah, and I'm
I think I
ulting,
like
and actually my ult looks like this. I'm ulting that way.
overlap where they're going to be.
Because if
Throw
they
to
see
throw
me
to
do
where
the
their
ult
receiver is
animation,
going.
they're naturally going to go this way.
Yeah, they always back the other
And
way. So you,
even if this guy's smart and he moves down here, I'm
I mean,
splitting these two.
he wasted all that movement anyway.
Well, no, I'm splitting these two,
Yeah, and they're split in
and
half.
and he's going to
It's real
die
sick when you do that. Yeah,
because my ADC is within shot range of him.
yeah,
And so
and
it's
I
like
can bubble him a lot
yeah,
easier.
like
So you
that is a,
go
oh
back to the
shit.
alpha,
Like he's almost ult right
just
there.
bam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just pull the trigger. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Kind of
you're
kind of aim it to
waiting.
like where it goes over my like minions down.
Yeah, like zrup.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Like not even. It's still even more
Yeah.
that way.
Mhm.
Like that. That would be a really nice ult right there.
Yeah. And that's why I play this character a lot because I really love her ult so much.
Because like I get the impression you're like a person that gets way too fixated on hitting the perfect combo.
Yeah, yeah,
Of
no,
like,
definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit this bubble, and then I'm gonna ult across the bubble,
It's
and
gonna be
then
sick.
and
Like,
I'm gonna W off that, and then I'm gonna
uh,
auto him with E or give it on my ADC, and we win. And it's like, well, yeah, sure, but that's the equivalent of playing Thresh and being like, it's gonna be sick whenever I land this hook, and then I'm gonna go in, and then I'm gonna flay him, and it's like, yeah, but you could do that in reverse and still hit all the same shit and be effective. Especially if you're at like fucking point blank.
right up to him. Yeah.
You know, like right in that
I have
last fight, you had a
an ult
gun
the size
to
of the
their
wave.
head.
Like, yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm going to back up and take my shot. Like,
Yeah,
why?
the style points. Like,
Yeah.
to be as hype as possible. And here comes Volley.
And right here,
Honestly, could play up and we probably could kill Volley too.
yeah, that's what I was going to say is
Honestly.
right here, I would be fucking with volley. Instead of like
Let
going
him bubble up.
and we're back, I'd be like, "Oh, you want to do this? Let's just float right here." And then as you make this move to come in, I'm going to hit you with my slow bubble here, auto attack here, and auto attack here, and then that's 3 slows, right?
Mhm.
If he does something to my ADC, I'm going to bounce my W and hit the volley bear. I'm going to wait. My bubble's going to be up, so if he gets his stun off, I'm going to bubble right on top of him. He'll
And then he's dead.
die.
He's
Yeah, he'll die.
probably he flashed earlier, no? Like
Well,
his
sure.
flash would still
So
be
if
down.
so if he
How long ago was
flashes
that?
no, he probably might have flash up. But if he flashes the
Wait.
bubble, like,
Oh wait, no,
okay,
it doesn't.
he has
It does.
flash up.
Oh
But if
yeah.
he
Well, anyway,
but
I
I mean,
mean,
even if he flashes
regardless,
the bubble, like Jin still has a W too.
yeah. Then Varus is just there with his tail between his legs,
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, he's not
Oh
this.
no, they turned to my jungler. What? My jungler's inting or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You just force people to think negatively.
And then you like send out a question mark in all chat. Just be like, hey,
Yeah, like, oh god,
what
volley.
what was that?
How was that?
The team starts flaming, or their team starts flaming the volley bear.
I don't flame. I'm not toxic, but I'm definitely a little bit cheeky. Like,
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
sometimes I
I,
can't
you
resist.
can't. Yeah, dude, you just have to flex on them a bit. Like,
A little bit.
yeah,
Be careful about that though. If I have a
yeah.
particularly good joke, I can't resist, but
Mm,
but sometimes you gotta.
I want 'em.
I will tell you, normally roaming like you are is fine, except you
Yeah,
can't roam mid as an enchanter into an assassin. Unless you have somebody
yeah.
capable of brawling the assassin, because you'll just die like you did.
Did like I did earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not like having like a controller bush to not use.
Either that or that should never have happened. But no, I mean either that or you have to wait for her to use all of her abilities before you show your face, which is what you did. But I
Yeah, I like
don't
showed
know
up.
that
I'm
you
like, I'm
like.
here.
Yeah, I don't know that you did that on purpose. It just kind of worked out, or she didn't pay attention to the ward you were standing on. But
Just letting you die here, honestly. I'm like, well, he's screwed. Yeah. What happens here? Kind of forgot.
I mean, they've got the opportunity to take a dragon. Oh, that's a good dodge.
Way too long. I should have honestly just sort of just ran through that.
Okay, so
Unfortunate enough that
I
Vi
don't.
just
Where is your
murdered
ward
Molly.
cover here? Like, I can't tell because I can't see anything. But like, it would not have hurt you at all to go over here and then pop this.
And then pop. Yeah. I was honestly, I think I was just thinking about the fight so much that I didn't really should have bothered to just hit the
Oh
thing.
Jesus, Vi, that was a dangerous ass place to walk.
Oh yeah, right. You are right past Varys and
Jesus.
there's.
There's so
It's not
much
like
shit. All right, I'm gonna stop
it's
here.
not like they warded back there.
We are an hour and 8 minutes in. I would tell you that the biggest thing that I am seeing that you need to do is play up.
Yeah,
Is flip flop your vectors.
that's
And then like I'll tell you this.
that's
If I
me.
wasn't exhausted, I'd play a game with you right now and I would even ADC for you.
Uh-huh.
And I would just
And
tell
then
you
I'd
move
be
up.
under the enemy tower and I'd die 6 times because I'd be like, I'm doing it.
I'm doing well, and that's the thing is
See?
you'll find that like whenever I play with people, I'll always tell you, I don't care if you die doing something that like you were limit testing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fine, you're limit
Mm.
testing.
I mean, I do that a lot in
That's the
ARAM or
point.
norms, then I'm freaking ranked, put the pussy pants on or something. But oh, that missed.
Oh my god. Auto her.
If I turn around shooter, she does.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I path back around the wall. I mean, it's like there wasn't. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop this particular video. All right, record another one. This time, let's have your camera in it because
All right.
that would be helpful. And then,
Mhm.
do you have any questions for me?
Uh, nah, man. The only thing is, like, I could probably just keep playing Nami. I mean, she's not in a very good spot right now. Like,
I honestly
but
think Nami's fine and has been fine. Like
yeah,
Nami's one of those characters that has
we're like they're never.
an
It's like
exception.
Mario. Like,
Well, because like Nami, she's like Mario, and yes, in that she's like a jack of all trades, right? She
yeah.
has all in potential, she has sustain, and she has poke.
Mhm.
Like of that triangle, she's kind of good against everybody because she's not bad at anything, but
Yeah.
she's also not exceptional at anything. So
Oh yeah. No,
like,
definitely not.
but I
Not.
mean, that being said, I don't think she's bad at all. Like,
Yeah.
I think she falls out of favor, and enchanters aren't bad right now. Here, how about this? Oh man, I've been at a golf tournament all day. I am so
How was
tired.
it?
It was awesome. I won a lot of money. So yeah, her
Winning
win rate's over
something.
50%, man.
Yeah.
And
It's not like.
that's not. I mean, you're not gangbusters, but it's not bad.
Yeah, and it's not because I'll see like
And then
oh
like
Lulu's
this is the shit
Lulu's
I'm.
OP.
Yeah, this is the shit I'm talking about, right?
Uh,
So like Nami's win rate at 35 to 40 games is 58%.
so yeah,
At
at 40 plus,
40 plus, it's 60% win
and I
rate.
have how many games?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So don't feel
385 games this season.
yeah, don't feel so bad. Oh no, that's game length. That's 40 minutes.
Oh, minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
was like
like
game. Wait, what?
there
Yeah,
is one of those. I just don't I thought it was this has that stat. Maybe it's champion.gg that has
whatever.
the
But
stat. But
now that we
it'll
know.
show you
But
like what your
yeah, she's
champion
so mid late.
mastery curve looks like.
No.
But yeah,
And like I like know that games go late all the time, and I'm like my ult knocks up 5 people and speeds up the other 4. So
right.
that's sort of what I rode all the way to get here. Where I'll just
Mhm.
we'll just go even playing safe like we saw, and I'll just click R, and you'll probably miss yours, and I'll hit mine,
Okay,
and that's
something's
sort of
wrong
just
with
what
the
I did.
data here because apparently if you play 50 or more games with Nami, you just automatically lose.
Oh yeah, nah, well,
Yeah, that's solid.
definitely.
But like, but I mean, no,
Explains why I'm hard to start.
her win rate went up substantially with the patch.
Really? I guess I have that like that recency bias. Yeah, because honestly, something happens, and then it takes you like a week or two to process the information. But by that time, things have probably changed anyway. So
'Cause, I mean, shit, look, 52%,
yeah, it's
51.9.
not like
That's a good win rate. That's a really good win rate.
no,
So it's like,
it's not
she
the
even may
character.
be in like sleeper territory. I don't know.
Oh
But
yeah, no, definitely. She never gets banned ever. No one ever talks about her. So
right.
it's kind of why I pick her. Where I'm like, I get my character every single game, and
Hmm.
like I don't lose any sleep at night knowing that other people have to change their character. Like, I don't care.
So like I will tell you that like you're gonna have a glass ceiling in Plat.
Yeah.
You are because you're gonna have to change your whole play style to be
Mm,
much more aggressive in the way in which you execute damage. Have you
yeah.
watched the UNSW Law Society videos?
I did about a
All right.
month ago.
I'm
About a
gonna
couple
say
months ago.
if you haven't watched them anytime soon, I'm just gonna so
Once again,
YouTube. If you go to our
watching a lot.
channel, because I linked it all in there. So like this is our channel, videos or playlists, even better. I put them
Mm.
all like right here. So And this is the like college lecture style, and the short ones are all in this playlist, which is
Yeah.
right here. So like this will tell you literally how to lane and do like
Hey guys, I'm
trading
Froxon, a diamond mid 80 carry player for 3
and
seasons,
create the
and welcome
pressure.
to Leaguecraft 101. This is a series that will
And
teach you how
I mean,
to
they
pick a
really
gold card.
get deep into it.
Using this kind of technique, I can build a
So like
CS
this
feed
is
without
kind of what
having
I
to
was
even
talking
attack the
about
enemy at all.
earlier in your laning phase.
Now finally, after
Okay.
you've actually
Yep.
So, okay, cool. Well, I will leave it with that. If you have no other questions, that's fine. Let me know when you want to do this again, or when you felt like you've made some of those changes that we talked about. Usually it takes like a week or a week and a half
Yeah, dude.
to let those set in. But if you want to do this again in a week, week or a half, let me know and I'll try to help you out. Also, I'm
Alright,
gonna
yeah, dude.
upload this video to our YouTube channel, so if you want to watch it again later, you totally can.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Peace out.
Yeah, thanks, dude. See ya.
Mm-hmm.